When people hear the word extrovert, most of them immediately picture someone who lights up every room they walk into, a person who thrives in social settings, who can talk to anyone with ease, who brings energy and excitement wherever they go. Extroverts are often described as charismatic, confident, and endlessly cheerful. They are the ones who keep conversations alive at parties, who never seem to run out of stories, and who make new friends as easily as breathing. Society tends to celebrate extroversion, seeing it as a recipe for success both in social life and in the workplace. Extroverts are the ones we assume will make great leaders, talented speakers, and natural motivators. But the truth is that extroversion, like every other trait, has two sides. While introverts are often stereotyped as shy or quiet, extroverts are painted in brighter colors, always happy, always bold, always positive. Yet, beneath this seemingly vibrant exterior lies a hidden reality that is often overlooked. Extroverts carry their own burdens, insecurities, and emotional struggles, though they may hide them well behind wide smiles and endless conversations. The dark side of extroverts is rarely talked about, not because it doesn't exist, but because their outward energy makes it harder to see. One of the greatest challenges extroverts face is the constant pressure to always be on. When someone is known as the fun, energetic person in the group, there is an unspoken expectation that they will always bring that energy no matter what is happening in their private life. Friends and colleagues assume they will keep the mood light, crack jokes, and bring enthusiasm to every gathering. Yet being in that role can feel like living as a performer who can never leave the stage. Extroverts often feel that showing up without their usual energy will disappoint others, so they push themselves to keep smiling even when they are tired, stressed, or hurting. Over time, this becomes emotionally exhausting, creating what is known as social burnout, the deep fatigue that comes from constantly giving away energy while ignoring one's own needs. At the heart of this struggle lies another issue: dependence on external validation. Many extroverts feel alive when they are seen, heard, and appreciated by others. Compliments, laughter, and attention become like fuel for their sense of self-worth. As long as people respond to them positively, they feel confident and energized. But when the spotlight fades, insecurity can creep in. Without validation, some extroverts feel empty or even invisible. They may struggle with self-doubt and tie their sense of worth too tightly to others' opinions. This reliance on external approval is not obvious because extroverts often appear confident on the outside, but deep down, the absence of recognition can leave them vulnerable to anxiety and low self-esteem. The irony of extroversion is that although extroverts are surrounded by many people, they can still feel deeply lonely. Their social circles tend to be wide, but not always deep. They are skilled at creating connections and keeping conversations flowing, but emotional intimacy does not always come easily. In fact, their tendency to keep things light and fun can prevent them from opening up about their struggles. As a result, extroverts may find themselves in a crowded room, laughing and talking, yet feeling like no one truly knows or understands them. It is a kind of loneliness that hides in plain sight, masked by constant chatter and activity. Another challenge is that extroverts often avoid silence and solitude. Quiet moments can feel uncomfortable, even threatening. Instead of spending time reflecting or being still, they seek out more activity, more conversations, more stimulation. This constant outward focus can prevent them from listening to themselves. By always filling the silence with noise, extroverts may miss the chance to process their emotions, to sit with their pain, or to discover deeper truths about themselves. Solitude becomes something to fear rather than a space for healing, and without it, important emotional growth may be postponed indefinitely. Humor, one of the strongest tools extroverts possess, can also become a mask. Many extroverts use jokes and laughter to lighten the atmosphere, but humor can also be a way of hiding pain. By making others laugh, they deflect attention from their own struggles. By smiling, they conceal their sadness. This coping strategy protects them from vulnerability but also prevents others from seeing when they need help. Over time, an extrovert who is always joking may feel even more isolated, because no one realizes that beneath the laughter there is a silent cry for understanding. The workplace adds another layer of challenge. Extroverts are often rewarded for their confidence and social skills. They are expected to lead, to network, to motivate teams, and to handle public speaking with ease. These expectations may feel flattering at first, but they create enormous pressure. When colleagues assume the extrovert will always step up, it becomes difficult for them to admit when they are struggling. If they fail to meet expectations, the sense of guilt can be overwhelming. They may feel like they are letting everyone down, even when their struggles are completely human. The fear of solitude is perhaps the deepest shadow extroverts carry. For some, being alone feels unnatural. Silence seems empty. Stillness is unsettling. They thrive on connection, so when it is absent, they may feel restless or even anxious. But solitude is not the enemy, it is the teacher. It is in moments of stillness that self-awareness grows, where emotional wounds can begin to heal. Extroverts who avoid solitude miss out on this crucial space for self-discovery. Learning to embrace solitude does not mean rejecting their social nature, but rather balancing it with the quiet moments that allow them to reconnect with themselves. All of these struggles matter because they remind us that extroverts, despite their energy and charisma, are human beings with vulnerabilities like everyone else. Society often praises them so much that their pain goes unnoticed. We admire their ability to brighten a room but forget to ask if they themselves are okay. We laugh at their jokes but fail to see the sadness behind them. By recognizing the dark side of extroverts, we can become better friends, partners, and colleagues. We can offer them empathy, patience, and the freedom to be vulnerable without fear of disappointing others. For extroverts themselves, acknowledging these struggles is not a weakness but a path to balance. They don't always have to be the life of the party. They can say no to invitations without guilt. They can spend time in quiet without fearing loneliness. They can admit to sadness without fearing they will lose their identity. The truth is, extroversion is a gift, but like all gifts, it comes with responsibilities: the responsibility to care for one's inner world, to protect one's energy, and to honor one's authentic self. In the end, extroverts are not broken, nor are they defined by their struggles. Their charisma, warmth, and openness remain powerful strengths. But understanding the darker side of extroversion makes their humanity more visible. It reminds us that behind every loud laugh may be a quiet tear, and behind every smile may be a hidden fear. The next time you see the most cheerful person in the room, take a moment to look deeper. Don't just admire their energy, offer them understanding too. Because sometimes, the ones who smile the brightest are the ones who carry the heaviest silence.